You know you can watch all that on the TV. Because it's YouTube. Whatever. Do your thing.
Sandstorms engulf every inch of the city. Humans build their last barriers to try to survive this desolation. They must get out of their shelters and find supplies. That's when the search squad notices a red dot nearing the radar. Are they survivors? The team heads toward their goal, unaware that the storm has brought not only destruction, but also new life. What will be the future of mankind?
You guys, Nick here with Nick's Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story that I've got for you guys today, this seems to be the story that everybody is the most captivated with, and that is the potential of a big Ramy comeback for the 2025 Mr. Olympia. Now, the reason for this speculation is because Big Ramy has been reposting on his story all throughout the day, essentially reposts about him competing in the 2025 Mr. Olympia, which is kind of noteworthy because Ramy notoriously doesn't really post anything. He doesn't really say anything about what his plans are, what he's doing. He doesn't post any training videos, any physique updates, any posing videos, any competition plans. So for him to post, 4 or 5 stories in a row, all of people saying, talking about him coming and doing the 2025 Mr. Olympia, I think actually is significant cause for speculation. And also a couple of months ago, Ramy had done an interview with a French YouTube channel, which is called Muscular TV. In that interview, he talked about how he wants to do the 2025 Mr. Olympia comeback. We talked about that a few months ago, but this seems to be further adding fuel to that fire. And do I think Big Ramy will come back? I actually think there's a reasonable chance that he will. I mean, you got to keep in mind, even though it seems like he's been away for a long time, it's really only been a couple of years. The last Olympia he competed in was only 2 Olympias ago. He sat out 2023 and 2024, and it seems like forever. But I think that's just kind of exacerbated by the fact that Ramy has been so MIA since he's been gone. He hasn't been doing very many appearances, no guest posings, no physique updates, like I said, no training videos, none of that stuff. No interviews, really just a couple like random things here and there. So it seems like he's completely out of the picture, but he's not. And it's also not like Big Ramy is ancient either. I mean, he's 40. He's 1 year older than Samson Dauda. And I think obviously Samson Dauda is still in the conversation to win the Olympia this year. He just won it last year. So he's not necessarily age-wise beyond the possibility of coming back better. But I think it's really more than just a question of, is Big Ramy going to come back? It's also the question of, if he does come back, will he actually be a threat? Will he actually be improved? Can he fix those weak points? Can he bring up his back to where it used to be? And I actually talked to a friend of Ramy's recently, and he said Ramy has been training like he always has. He never stopped training. He's still the same size he's always been. He said he's still huge. But he said to his knowledge, Ramy hasn't been working with a coach. He doesn't have a coach and hasn't been working with one for a while, according to his friend, or at least as far as his friend knows. So I think that's kind of another piece of this equation, is if Ramy does come back, what kind of guidance has he had in this time that he's taken off? Has he had, a new coach? Has he had multiple coaches? What kind of supervision has he had medically with the stem cell thing and trying to bring up these lagging body parts and trying to come back and be a threat to win a third title? Because we really don't know if he does have a coach. Is it going to be Chad again? Does he have a new coach? Is he not working with anybody? Is he prepping himself? And we don't know, because Ramy really just doesn't say. So I think that's an interesting thing to think about too, is like all this time that Ramy has been gone, has he been checking in with anybody, like sending physique updates, tracking his progress with a coach, or somebody giving him guidance to make sure that if he is planning on coming back, this time that he's taken off is used optimally? Because if he's been just kind of going through the motions, training-wise, like he's still been training all this time that he's been off, and he's still been maintaining his size, but if it's been him going through the motions and just training kind of how he wants to, does that point to a new, improved version of Ramy coming in and winning this thing? So I think to those two questions, do I think he could come back? Yes. Do I think he could come back and win? I think that's a lot less likely. But also not impossible given the landscape of bodybuilding right now. We've talked a lot about how the Olympia title has changed hands many times over the last few years. And while Ramy is significantly older than maybe Derek and Nick, Samson and Hadi, Hadi's 37, Samson is 39, Ramy just turned 40. So it's not like it's way outside of the realm of possibility for Ramy to be in the conversation, just because it feels like he's been gone forever, just because it feels like he may be past his prime. Age-wise, the amount of time he's been gone, it's really not that long. And I mean, look at guys like William Bonac. I mean, William Bonac has completely reinvented his physique. He's still winning shows, and he's 43. He's 3 years older than Ramy. Granted, there's a big difference between winning shows and winning the Olympia. But I mean, the point is, I don't think Ramy is past the point of potentially reinventing his physique. Sasarati also in his 40s. And look at the way that Sauce has captivated the bodybuilding world with all these shows that he's been doing and the condition that he's been able to bring. And he took a pretty big hiatus before, starting up this like ramp of shows. And he's looking like he's probably going to be able to win maybe 2 shows this year. In addition to winning the show this past weekend, the Toronto Pro, I think he's got a really good chance of winning the M Pro Classic this weekend as well. And he's older than Ramy. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Is there a chance that we see Big Ramy come back and compete at the 2025 Mr. Olympia? And if so, do you think he has a chance of being top 3, let alone being a threat to winning the title again? And who do you think his coach is going to be? I mean, that's kind of the mystique of Ramy, and I think that's why the kind of bodybuilding community memory span seems to be so short, with him only being gone a little over 2 years. It feels like a decade, and I really do think a big part of that is that Ramy just doesn't post or really share anything about what's going on with him. And that's kind of the other thing too, is I was thinking, obviously I always love to see a good comeback like this, especially a Mr. Olympia champ make a comeback. Comebacks are always good in my opinion. Even if someone comes back and shits the bed, it's still really exciting. It's still a good storyline. But I was kind of thinking about, like, if Ramy does come back, yes, it would be exciting, but do fans necessarily want Ramy to come back and win a third title? From the standpoint of, he took this hiatus. If he does come back and win again, he's just going to go take the Olympia title home, and we're just not going to hear from them for the rest of the year. So in this recent era where we've been kind of spoiled with Derek and Samson, you know, especially a lot of the stuff that Samson has been going on in these like Olympia tours all over the world, doing all these meet and greets, doing all these guest posings, even competing again and putting it on the line to do the Arnold Classic Ohio this year. Seeing guys like Derek and Samson that have been really good ambassadors with that title, and they're very active on social media, they're constantly posting updates, they're traveling, they're meeting fans, they're doing all the things that you would want a Mr. Olympia champion to do. As exciting as it would be for Ramy to come back,
Looking to get jacked, man, boy?
I'm just looking for some clean protein. Clean Olympia champion to do. As exciting as it would be for Ramy to come back, I don't know if fans would necessarily be happy if he came back and won the Olympia and just went back home with that title, and then it's a whole year of Mr. Olympia that we don't hear from. I think in this day and age, with social media and bodybuilding, the accessibility to guys like Samson and guys like Derek and them really wanting to engage with their fans, I think is really an important aspect of the Olympia these days. And obviously, at the bare bones, it's just a bodybuilding competition. None of that stuff matters when it comes to the judging, and none of that stuff matters when it comes to who wins. But it does matter after the fact. Because when you look at Derek and Samson, for example, you could say, you know, after their Olympia reign, even if Samson only wins one and Derek only wins one, Ramy won two. How many people can look back and say, oh, I got to see Mr. Olympia Big Ramy guest posing. I got to see Mr. Olympia Big Ramy compete at this show or that show. Or I got to meet Mr. Olympia Big Ramy at an expo while he was holding the title. And compared to Samson, there's a lot of people that can say, oh, I saw Samson as Mr. Olympia compete at a show like the Arnold. I saw Samson as Mr. Olympia at an expo, at a guest posing, at a meet and greet. Same with Derek Lunsford. And I don't know how fondly in this day and age, someone that just takes the title home and never does anything, I don't know how that's going to resonate with the fans as far as how history is going to remember. Now, next up in the news, the latest physique update from Beirut. Bonnie, let's switch gears here because that was a long rant about Big Ramy.
How you doing today? What's up? What's going on? Hello? Oh, that was dope. How's it working out? That's it. That's it. You get better with time. You get better with time to practice like anything. Hey, that's it. That's what's up. Yeah, you'll find a happy spot. It's a happy place for these things. And then you gotta feel it out because every girl's different. Some you gotta give a little more, some a little less. You know? Yep. They'll come to you. Yeah, just like you said, they'll click in. That's what's up. I'm glad to hear it. Progress. I'm good, man. I'm over here with I'm in Idaho. I got Kyle with me, chilling. We're about to head to Utah. that takes is you apply it somewhere else. I'm pretty sure you'll get it anywhere you want to go. You've been there for years, man. You got a good track record. That's it. You just gotta find something. Be like, yo, you just gotta look at what tax bracket you want to be in, and then go for that job. A lot of times, the job you think you can't get is the job they're looking to fill with someone that doesn't have the skills to do it, that they want to train to do it the way that they want it done. So you might not necessarily need to know exactly what to do. If you got a good idea and you're willing to learn, a lot of times they'll be like, listen, you're reliable, you show up, you're willing to learn, and yo, this is what we're looking for. And you can learn. As long as you can learn the stuff, yo, you can do anything. Only limits you got is your imagination. That's really it. That's exactly right. If you say you can't, you're right. If you say you can, you're right. That's all right. You can leave her. She'll still be there. And if you got another job, it's even better because then she get a chance to miss you, and then she can come check you out. Or if she doesn't stick around, she wants it for you. That's all. It's easy. Don't get too attached. Never get too attached. Man, that's just go have fun. Don't be scared to love somebody, but when the love fades, just be like, okay, it wasn't. She's not your girl. It's just your turn. That's how it be sometimes, yo. Sometimes it's just your turn. Yeah, because chicks be like, yeah, it was fun yesterday, but today, I'm not feeling it. And then it just be out of your arm. Like, okay. The last thing you want to be is with someone that don't want to be with you. Yeah, that's ugly. That gets ugly. That's right. Alright, that's what's up. Glad you're doing good, man. Keep getting your flirt on, yo. Go out there, get some bags, some numbers, smack some cheeks. You know how to do it. That's how you're supposed to do, man. Have fun, man. Stack your bread. Don't spend a bunch of money on these chicks. Be good. Listen, if they like you, if they really mess with you like that, they don't want you. You don't gotta do nothing. You don't gotta do nothing. Let me tell you, bro. All you gotta do is show up. Matter of fact, sometimes you don't even gotta show up. They'll show up to where you at. They'll come to your job. They'll bring you lunch. If they like you, man, they know. Listen, dates. Just want to be in your presence. No date. They like, I'm not leaving. Like, you gotta go. Yeah, you'll find it. Keep looking. That don't mean you don't put in no effort, though. You still gotta put in some effort. But when I mean, like, you introduce yourself. Once they like you, that's a wrap. Ain't nothing you can do to stop it. They'll lie to themselves to make it work. Yeah. They love it. And that's it. You gotta keep them entertained. Keep them always guessing. Keep them on their toes. Keep the nipples perky. They love that shit. That's it. Yeah, your escape is work. You know what I'm saying? Or when you get to slap some cheeks. Other than that,
update like this from Beirut, and he's last year's defending champion, like I just mentioned, I think Beirut is still the favorite, and I think Beirut is going to be very tough to beat. And I don't remember which video it was, but a couple of videos ago I was talking about how Beirut has a crazy most muscular. This is what I'm talking about. That hands clasp most muscular, just the condition that he shows throughout his chest in this pose, the way his delts pop in this pose, his arms look huge. His hands clasp most muscular is one of the best, especially with the condition that he brings. He's just got these really deep, like rippling striations in his chest. I still think Beirut is the favorite here. You've got Nathan, you've got Nexzilla, you've got Tonio, and that's why, again, I do think it's a real shame if these new travel restrictions do prevent him from competing at the Olympics. This guy is without a doubt one of the best in the world, and I think he's going to be one of the biggest names in that Dubai lineup that's going to make it so exciting. And he also briefly showed his abs in this update as well. And you talk about the condition that he brings. Look at his abs, look at his serratus, look at his
Yo,
obliques.
Mr. French,
Just
what's
detail
going on?
detail. It reminds me of Hadi Chupin. Hadi has that crazy, like oblique abdominal development, but he's in really good shape. And the same level of detail is what you're seeing here from Beirut.
That's right, every day ain't a win.
He does win this Dubai Pro.
But every day you're winning if you're still in it. All right, Mr. French, that's my boy right there.
But beating Tonio Burton, beating Nathan Diasha, beating Nexzilla, these are big name guys. And beating Nexzilla, especially with the condition that he brings, he's just got these really deep. lack of trying. He's been desperately trying to get to the Olympia for years now. So I hope that the more that we talk about him and the more bodybuilding channels are covering him and the more his name is out there, if he does win this show and he does look incredible, maybe somebody sees this and like acknowledges, okay, this guy is a top level athlete, he's a top level bodybuilder. Maybe we will grant him the exception to come compete at the Olympia. Because, I mean, look at all these videos about him. Look at everybody talking about him. He's clearly one of the best bodybuilders in the world. And that's kind of my hope, because they've done, you know, they've tried doing like petitions. I know they've had Dan Solomon and Jake Wood and various people from the IFBB write like letters of recommendation to the White House, or to I guess whoever would grant the visa. And none of that has really worked so far. So I just hope that maybe somehow a bunch of people talking about him online makes them realize, okay, yeah, he is
like
an
those?
important athlete in his sport. He is one of the best in the world in his sport. That exception for the travel applies to him. But unfortunately, I do think it's probably wishful thinking. And I think that the trend so far would suggest that we're probably not going to get to see him again. But we can still hope. It will be a real shame, though, if he wins this show and we don't get to see him compete at the O. Now, next up in the news, I wanted to touch on this as well. I saw this clip. Derek Lunsford talking about the hate and the backlash he got. He said specifically from Nick Walker fans after he won the Pittsburgh Pro. So I wanted to talk about this. I'm going to play the clip first, and then we'll talk about it.
Come off the show, and I win, and then I'm hit with this news that my grandma passes away. Right, she's passed away, and then I honestly don't care. I mean, I do care to some degree what people say in bodybuilding, but like, imagine then you're hit with all the Nick Walker fans. Look, Nick's an amazing bodybuilder. It's great. It's great to get his fans. I think that it's somewhat good for the sport that we have. I think it's good for the sport that the fans support their favorite athletes. Now, how they support by tearing other people down is not really a good thing, but that's why I don't ever encourage my supporters to do that. But nonetheless, I'm getting hit with that, so I just put my phone away, and then we're traveling back to pick up Evie here in Florida. We'll go back to Indiana, so travel again. All the while, I was hanging on by a thread to get to the show. After I came back from Germany, it was like a struggle getting to Pittsburgh.
Ever wished for work pants as tough as your spirit? Need Flex Camo, 100% waterproof, stain resistant, and
We'll get into Pittsburgh.
So, to an extent, I think Derek does have a point. It does seem to be kind of a common theme with bodybuilding fans that, like, the hardcore fans of one guy can be very overwhelming when their guy gets beaten. You've seen that with Hottie when Derek won. I think that was probably the most egregious example that I can think of in recent memory. Like, the fans were, it was like death threats, it was like crazy stuff. Now, with the Nick Walker situation, Nick obviously had a lot of fans, a lot of passionate fans. I personally didn't see anything like crazy. It was a lot of Nick Walker was robbed comments. It was mostly that, at least what I saw. Now, Derek may have gotten messages or whatever, but like with the Hottie Chupin thing, I did see some of the crazy comments just out there in the open when Derek beat Hottie that were like a step too far. But as far as if you're a fan of Nick Walker and you watch the Pittsburgh Pro, as close as it was, Nick winning prejudging, Derek winning finals to swing it in his favor and end up winning the whole show. If you're a Nick Walker fan, I don't think it's too much to comment on a post of Derek's and say, I think Nick was robbed. I think that's bodybuilding fandom. Your guy didn't win, you thought you should have won, you're expressing that opinion. And I think that just kind of comes with the territory of being a pro bodybuilder. But I know that it's like, there is kind of a line. There is nuance to this conversation. The thing to say is, well, this is what you signed up for, you're a pro bodybuilder, so everything that comes with it, just deal with it. Whatever the criticism is, whatever the comments are, whatever the backlash is, you should just have to accept all of that. And to an extent, that's true. I think bodybuilders should be able to accept criticism. I think they should be able to accept if people disagree with the result. I think bodybuilders should be able to accept backlash. But at the same time, there is a line. And again, I didn't see this happening with the Nick Walker thing, like death threats and like violent comments. But I think that's the line. And I think also like insults towards family members and stuff like that. I think that's part of the line too. So I think there is kind of a mentality where bodybuilding fans, the easy thing to say is, well, you're a pro bodybuilder, you just have to accept all of this. But I do think at the same time, there should be like a nuanced take on that. Like, yes, you can criticize them and say whatever, but the family stuff, the violent stuff, I don't think that is, that should be part of it. And again, I didn't see that with the Pittsburgh Pro situation. I didn't see that with the Nick Walker situation. I mean, I did see a lot of negative comments towards Derek, but I think that is part of the game. Negative comments in bodybuilding, I mean, that's a huge part of it. If you like one guy and don't like another, and your guy doesn't win, you're not going to say something positive. It makes sense. But I do feel like there is a mentality of like anything goes. You can just say anything to a pro bodybuilder because they signed up to have their physiques judged. And like I said, I just think to an extent that's true. But I think at the same time, it's bodybuilding. We're looking at guys flexing on stage. It's really it's not that serious to like take it to the next level. Even if you're insulting their physique, whatever, that's fine. If you're insulting them, even personally, I think to an extent, that's fine. If you don't like the way they represent the sport, or you don't like their personality, or you don't like the way they act, or the way they talk, or whatever, they're a public figure, they won the Olympia, that does come with the territory. But again, it's guys flexing on stage at the end of the day, and some of that like next level stuff, death threats and bringing in family and all this other stuff, like taking it that serious, I think that's where it crosses the line. So I do think there's a line, but again, with what Derek was saying, I didn't see that line get crossed with the Pittsburgh stuff. Now, if you guys did, let me know in the comments down below. But the only time that I can remember thinking the line was crossed recently was the Hottie Chupin situation, because they went like bonkers with Derek being Hottie. And I think to an extent they did as well when Samson won in 2024, but it didn't seem like it was as bad as when Derek first beat Hottie, because when Derek beat Hottie, he was taking away Hottie's title, essentially. So I think that elicited a little bit more of a visceral reaction from Hottie's fans. But I do think, to Derek's point, maybe a lowering of the temperature when it comes to some of this stuff, I think maybe wouldn't be a bad thing. You can say whatever you want, criticize their physique, say whatever, but I mean, just keep it in the context of it's a bodybuilding show. It doesn't need to be like rage, anger, violence type of stuff. It can be mean, it can be whatever, but I do think there's maybe a lowering of the temperature in Derek's case wouldn't be a bad thing. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now, the final story that I have for you guys today, because it's getting a little bit long because of that Ramy rant at the beginning. The latest physique update from Stfan Matalik is making his switch to men's open bodybuilding, and apparently is 13 weeks out from his debut and 15 weeks out from another show that's going to follow that. And he weighs 272 pounds in this post, according to his coach, the guy is very genetically gifted. It's been kind of a shame that we haven't gotten to see him on the Olympia stage. He qualified for Classic Physique at the Olympia twice. Neither of the times was he able to compete for whatever the personal reasons were. I believe one time his mom was sick, and the other time maybe he was sick. But for whatever the reasons were, we didn't get to see him compete in Classic Physique at the Olympia. But I actually think he's going to do well in open bodybuilding. Do I think he's going to win a pro show right out of the gate? Probably not. But I do think he's got a really nice structure. It seems like, you know, at 272 pounds, it seems like he's added a pretty good amount of size, which would be, I mean, at 272, 13 weeks out, it seems like it would be enough for open. But just the frame that he has, the structure that he has, the muscle bellies that he has, I can see that frame carrying a lot more size than what we saw from him in Classic Physique. And I can see over time him becoming a pretty good open pro. So I'm very excited to see his pro debut. But this is his latest physique update at 13 and 15 weeks out. And again, I believe that would put him at the Europa Pro September 14th and the Tsunami Pro September 27th. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification icon if you have not already. And as always, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out.
That's what you'll get then.
Like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Also check out my Instagram at Nick Strength Power, my Facebook page, which is simply Nick Strength and Power, my secondary YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Vlogs, for vlogs and not see on this channel. And consider subscribing to my third YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Pokemon, which is all things Pokemon and trading card games, completely unrelated to this channel. So if you're into that, give that one a look. And all links to merchandise and social media will be in the description box below. If you guys want an Extract the Power t-shirt, that will be in the Shopify link below. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
We're shooting news reporters? Really? Really? LAPD? Really? Have you seen this video? There's a woman that's reporting, you know, what's going on with the protesting that's going on, with all this ICE going on, and lady's reporting, I think she's Australian, but she's a U.S. correspondent, and she's reporting all that's going on with the police and people protesting, and there's a cop that just literally purposely shoots her in the leg with a rubber bullet. This is what these fucking lames are doing.
Hey, plug that.
What's wrong with y'all? It's so amazing how some cops, I'll say some, and I stress it, some policemen, you guys get in your little riot gear and all this other
Yeah, I know.
to protect yourself against people with signs
You can
and
unplug the
sharpies. And you can play tough guy. Hold everything. Guess what? I have another showtime. 6. I keep telling y'all, leave these people in the Middle East alone. This is the fastest SUV in the world. It has a naturally aspirated 800 horsepower LS. It's got a TH400 transmated to it, and it's powered by a Holley ECU. I told y'all time and time again, when it comes to boost, the Coyote wins that. But if you talk about naturally aspirated power, a Coyote will never touch this. Standing up like your wife's nipples on payday. Fully gutted, roll caged, hootie wooties on there with the dirty laundry chute on the back of it. Nastier than a baby oil convention full of ditties from different universes. This thing, I bet when you crank it up, it sounds like the world ended. It sounds like violence and a half. It sounds like problems and the solutions to those problems. That's what type of cam you run. Oh, this thing screams violence. And somebody with a BMW that has a verbal and pop tune, a Doc Race single turbo kit, getting ready to comment. But Guru, 800 horsepower, that ain't a lot of power. Yes, the fuck it is. This doesn't weigh anything. It weighed a stepmom and a half after graduating college. A Trackhawk's worst nightmare. A F-150's worst nightmare, easily. I keep telling y'all, leave these people in the Middle East alone.
unleashing these devastating projectiles at police. So there's definitely a chance that this can all be resolved peacefully, as long as nobody escalates this thing with an unnecessary show of force. Will be A-O.
President Trump mobilizing 2,000 California National Guard troops against the will of the state's governor.
President Trump ordered the deployment of 2,000 more California National Guard troops, making for a total of 4,000.
Now making the unprecedented move of dispatching 700 active duty Marines to the streets of Los Angeles.
Yes, nothing calms down a situation like a military invasion. In fact, that was part of my birth plan. I was like, honey, I want candles, classical music, and 700 armed Marines storming the hospital room. Also drugs, lots of drugs. You know, and scratch that, just the drugs. You know, I'm beginning to wonder if Trump is intentionally trying to escalate this situation because more chaos allows him to portray blue states as centers of crime while positioning himself as a strong man that the country needs to rally around. No, that's silly. I'm sure he's just doing what's best for everyone. Although deploying soldiers in an American city could put Trump on the wrong side of the law again.
There is concern over violating the Posse Comitatus Act.
The Posse Comitatus law says that the U.S. military cannot engage in police functions on U.S. soil.
That's right, Posse Comitatus. It's a very serious legal principle. So let's hear more about this very serious legal principle.
Look, I believe strongly in Posse Comitatus.
Indeed, Trump is truly in violation of Posse Comitatus. That's to say nothing of his violations of the Snatch Act. But in all seriousness, this is an extreme measure. The last time Pussy Comitatus was used, it was under long last night. Another major concern here is that Trump called up the National Guard without permission from Gavin Newsom, governor of California, and man with strong opinions about the food and business class. But Newsom is hitting back.
The absurdity of this cannot be understated. There were 2,000 National Guard that were, quote unquote, deployed, of which only 315 actually were mission assigned. 1,700 have no particular role or responsibility.
This wouldn't be the first time someone went to LA looking for a role and couldn't find one. Hey, you listen to me, 1,700 troops. You keep following your dreams. You work on your craft, knock down those doors, and most importantly, do not go into porn. Do not. Don't do it. Although if you did, I've got a great title for you.
What's it called?
There it is. So, okay, Newsom is lobbing the unfathomable accusation that Trump might make decisions without fully thinking them through, but I'm sure Trump will be the bigger man here.
Earlier in the day, the president suggesting that it might be a good idea if his border czar, Tom Homan, arrested the California governor.
I would do it if I were Tom. I think it's great.
When asked what crime Newsom has committed to warrant arrest, the president responding,
I think his primary crime is running for governor because he's done such a bad job.
That's a ridiculous statement from Trump. Gavin Newsom's primary crime is obviously his podcast. And even if Newsom wasn't good at his job, being a bad governor doesn't mean you should get arrested. It means you should be mayor of New York. Trump fight each other, Los Angeles is becoming a battleground for their rivalry. It's a hard story to turn away from, especially when some of these reporters are real easy on the eyes.
it is entirely possible that by the end of today, we will see nearly 5,000 combined California National Guard and Marines deployed here in Southern California.
You can see how much smoke is being deployed on the other side by the LAPD.
Oh, I'm definitely seeing a smoke show. Someone should really hose that down. Excuse me, are you with CBS? Because I'd like to watch that ass for 60 minutes. These jokes were brought to you by the female gaze. The female gaze. It's not creepy because we're girls. Trump's terrible policy has generated a huge backlash, which he's responded to by overreacting, which is going to generate another backlash. We don't know how this is going to end, but at least we know it'll be a huge waste of money.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the deployment of the state, National Guard, and Marines will cost at least $134 million. He expects the deployment to last at least 60 days.
Hello, Doge? I found some cuts for you. Can you put your mom on the phone? She makes those. Now, a 60-day deployment is a very long time for these soldiers, especially if they don't have a lot to do. Not to mention, it's going to make for a very weird Ken Burns documentary.
My dearest Susie, I write from the not-at-all war-torn Whole Foods parking lot on Fairfax and 3rd, across from the Grove. In previous tours, I witnessed awful carnage, but today, I did a celebrity home tour. I saw Kelsey Grammer's house, loved him in down Periscope. How I long for the taste of your home cooking. I tried the Haley Beaver smoothie from Arrowhead. I posted a picture of it on my Insta. I got 12 likes. Sadly, last night we lost Johnny. He caught the improv bug and signed with UTA. At night, he'd sleep on the floor. Secretary Hegseth was going to book hotel rooms, but he blacked out and forgot. I miss you, my dear Susie. I pray this war ends soon, but not too soon, for I'll have Friday night reservations at noon.
This is horrible. Missing teeth causes a range of different problems in a person's life.
What do we have here? While spinning the blocks and the streets of Instagram, I came across a post on DL Hughley's page, shouts out to DL, that indicated Latinos for Trump leader Hector Luis Valdez Cocho, a Cuban activist who rallied others to vote for Donald Trump, your president, was detained by ICE.
Damn. That shit is hilarious. Hey.
I ain't got no problem with that. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock that Trump supporter up. Wow, man. It is absolutely amazing how often people vote against their own interest. I think a lot of us, damn near all of us, are guilty of that to some extent. But it's different there when people tell you who they are. And they don't even try to lie to you and make it sound fly to you. They tell you straight
They're not even trying to lie to you and make it sound fly to you.
And you still go for it. Dude told you that he was getting rid of all illegal immigrants. He told you that. But nah, here's what some of y'all did. Some of y'all thought that y'all was safe. And because you were safe, you wasn't going to get deported. All that rhetoric didn't apply to you. You didn't care about all of the other people who was trying to get to the land of the free. You know, the land of milk and honey. You didn't care about them. All you cared about was yourself. You didn't care about anybody that may have come from your lineage. You was like, all you cared about, man, I'm over here, I'm safe, I'm good, cool. You know, like Ted Cruz did when he came over here, when he fled his country, when he fled Cuba. I think he's from Cuba. I know he fled. And got over here and started going against everybody else who was trying to do the same thing that he was doing. Just trying to get over here and make a better living for their people, themselves and their family. I didn't even believe this. I mean, I believed it, but I had to verify, right? So I went over to this site, and it's a site called Media Bias Fact Check. Voila! I typed in, was pro-Trump Cuban activist Hector Luis Valdez Cocho detained by ICE? What do you think they said? Social media posts in May 2025 claimed that pro-Trump Cuban activist Hector Luis Valdez Cocho was detained by ICE and held for possible deportation from the United States. They gave an explanation. This claim is
This simple routine helps clear my lungs from mucus and phlegm. Over-the-counter mucus and cough suppressants help clear mucus and phlegm, right? No, not exactly. Look, do this simple method to clear out mucus and phlegm fast. It's kind of surprising, but constant mucus and phlegm is actually linked to lung issues like constant cough, wheezing, and shortness of breath. And most people think that mucus buildup and lung issues like
True. According to Lead Stories, Hector Luis Valdez Cocho, an exiled Cuban activist known for supporting Donald Trump, was initially arrested in November 2024 in Florida on fraud and traffic-related charges. In January 2025, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, otherwise known as ICE, took custody of him and placed him in detention pending possible deportation. Valdez Cocho has been living in the United States since 2022 after fleeing political persecution in Cuba. His detention is based on criminal charges filed at the state level and subsequent immigration actions, not solely his political affiliation. The case is ongoing. So what's the conclusion? Fact or fiction? True. Hector Luis Valdez Cocho was detained by ICE and is being held for possible deportation following prior arrest in Florida. Now, here's the deal. So apparently this dude got locked up before Trump got in office. But you would think the way he rolled for Trump, I mean, he's a standout. He ain't just a regular Trump supporter. He's the guy out in the front telling all the Latinos, come, vote for Trump, vote for Trump. He's gonna make your life better than the blacks. Don't vote for the black lady. She's just gonna look out for the blacks. Trump got our back. We look closer to him than they do. You know that's why some Hispanic people vote for Trump, right? That's why a lot of Latinos did vote for Trump, right? I know y'all say, man, everything ain't about race. Yes, it is in America. It is. Yes, it is. I don't give a damn what you say. Race and money. Sometimes both. But always race. You better believe it. You can be a billionaire. They'll target you. Yeah. You can be a billionaire. And you stand on two, stand 10 toes down, and kind of behave like a man, you know, like stand on business, don't bite your tongue, you know. You kind of frown on that. If you know, got that melody, you know. Others,
right?
you know, they just kind of look at that as a manly thing. Interesting how they do that. Nevertheless, Hector, F-A-F-O, yeah, fam, he found out. He found out. Well, he thought he was good. I don't understand why people come here and commit crimes unless they want to be deported.
Just
Hey guys, I'm gonna do a quick video. We got a 2013 Sequoia we're looking at. Walk around for you. Bought this car with 19,000 miles on it from a Toyota dealership. My wife ended up being the main driver of it. We used it for family trips. It's a great car. Put a lot of time and effort into it, so I wanted it. I bought it with the supercharger and TRD brakes installed already. I got the feeling it was like a dealer demo, kind of showing off what they could put on Toyotas at the time. I ended up doing a lot of things to it to make it how I like it. These headlights, these are the mirror moto LED headlights. Serious upgrade on the 13. This is a Tundra Pro or a Sequoia Pro grill. I think that model came out in 20. And I looked at it a lot more than the stock Sequoia grill at the time. They don't make the Sequoia Pro with Blizzard Pearl, so I had to buy a super white one and have the body shop painted Blizzard Pearl. With these Miramoto headlights, also got the matching fog lights, so those are LED as well. I put the bushwhackers on. We add a lot to this truck to make it beefy looking. Just replaced all 4 shocks. That was actually done under warranty. And didn't make a whole lot of difference, but I wanted to be sure because I know shocks can wear out. And these are expensive. The warranty goes on this car until 100,000 miles. I believe it's up later this year. This roof rack is a rhino rack. I had it cut down. I think stopped there about this high. I had it cut down. I didn't like very high roofs. And I wanted to make sure it didn't make a lot of noise. So this one was went down. It makes a huge difference. Inside, everything's very clean. I actually had around, I think it was 30,000 miles. I dyno matted the floor and all the door panels. Basically anywhere they can access and dyno mat to make this car as quiet as possible. So if you guys have ever ridden in or driven urged Toyota, where there's the high-pitched whine noise being pretty loud on this car because of the insulation I've done, and I also did dyno mat on the hood, underneath the hood liner. It's not, you still hear it, but it's not overwhelming. Yeah, just down the front. I already let the car warm up, so we have to do that before getting on the gas a little bit. This car is so fun to drive because of the power. I think they're rated at 385 horsepower stock, and the supercharger is supposed to give it another 100 or 115. So if you figure close to 500 crank horsepower, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, and that's 65, 70 miles an hour. Very short order. So tons of fun to have a big car that can tow 8 people.
Can you tell which app is the trap? Google Play Cam.
Looks pretty stock, don't you think? And of course, the BMC was completed on the driver's side as well. And now for the magical moment. It's going to be lowered down to the ground so we can see its new height with the new larger tires. 1 inch lift doesn't sound like much, but it definitely makes a big difference, especially with new larger tires. With the base price of about $64,000, do you think this SUV is worth the money? Drop a comment down below and let us know your thoughts. Keep on watching to the very end to see a quick before and after of the build. As for now, thank you very much for viewing. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and turn on that notification bell. That way you'll get notified every single time we post a new daily video. Let's go back to a quick before and after. This is the before. And this is where it's at now. That's a wrap for this 2020 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro.
high. But we have a Toyota truck, specifically a Tundra with the 5.7 liter 3UR engine, then 400,000 miles is kind of the turning point, because I've seen so many of these engines well over the 500,000 mile mark. Now that's not because it's a Toyota, because like all brands, Toyota has definitely made some duds. The 3VZE, the 2AZ, the 7F. I'm going to make a lot of people mad, so I'm going to stop. But the 5.7 liter 3UR engine is an engine that I really enjoy. I think these are great engines, but they're not without their faults. This is out of a 2007 Toyota Tundra with a mere 287,000 miles on it. It has died prematurely. 287,000 miles is premature for these engines, folks. Now, this engine is a running core. I bought this from a local salvage yard that bought one of these trucks at the auction, and they said the engine doesn't sound healthy enough for us to sell retail, so we're going to sell it to you as a core, but it did run. So how it ran, I don't really know. What is wrong with it? That's what we're going to find out today. Plus, we're going to get to look at the internals of an engine with nearly 300,000 miles on it. Toyota's 3UR at the engine is a 5.7 liter all aluminum port injected dual overhead cam V8 that makes 381 horsepower and just over 400 foot-pounds of torque. These came out for the 2007 model year Toyota Tundra. Shortly after that, they were available in the Sequoia, the Land Cruiser, and the LX 570. Unfortunately, not in the 4Runner, or else I would own one. Now, these engines do have their failure points. There are some issues. The early engines had broken intake valve springs. We dropped valves that, if ignored, would create catastrophic situations. They also have cam tower leaks, so if you don't maintain your oil level, you can run into some issues. There are some other things that go wrong with them, some valley pan related things, coolant leaks, but for the most part, compared to everything else that was out there during the years that this was out there, this is a very stout and reliable engine that would never be scared to own. I'm confident that this engine turns over because they told me it runs, and I came in and had a flex plate on it, no torque converter. But how does it sound when you turn it over? Seems to turn over all right. I don't hear Uncle Rodney banging around in there. Uh-oh. That sounds like chain to me. I just shot one of the cap plugs out of the exhaust manifold. That was fun. Got compression, turns over all right. The first thing I'd like to do is pull the coil so we can get the plugs out and see what they look like. Well, that was tube seals leaking. Onto the left-hand bank. Those weren't leaking too bad. So the plugs, aside from the fact that they're covered in oil, don't look too bad. Nothing is physically damaged, and they're Nippon Denso, so that's good. This bank, though, the left-hand bank, they're kind of sooty. I wonder how this thing actually did run. All right, now that the compression keepers are out, let's see how it turns over. Still don't hear anything loose. There is some king noise. Feels great. Now we're going to take some time and peel the intake manifold off. We've got some stuff to remove before we get that done. Blue already? Now we have some hoses to get off the front of it. That came out great. Now we have a couple pieces of foam. Now we have access to the bolts that hold the intake to the cylinder heads. That's it. Easy peasy. Let's take a look at these intake cords. Look how clean that is. Torque injection. So good. Valves are open, but everything looks good.
Next, we're going to pull the fuel rails and injectors. Blue should help us out here. Oh no. One injector. Oh, that was not what I wanted to happen. Alright, now we're going to order the exhaust manifolds. This one's heat shield is slightly removed already because they get the starter out. The starter is tucked behind this exhaust manifold and is not a good job. I know on the UZ engine, I would rather pull the intake than deal with the starter in this location. Not a great time. Now these engines also have secondary air injection, and that's what this is right here. So we can get this unbolted. Now we can unbolt the exhaust manifold. Oh no, I think the dipstick tube is, well, there's a zip tie holding it on. It's not a factory installed zip tie, but the bolt that holds this to the valve cover is broken off in the valve cover. Go to the other side. Here, this is the engine mount bracket. And now, might as well get this out of the way. That was too easy. Now it's time to peel off the valve covers. We're going to start with the right hand base. That's all of them. Get knocked up pretty easily. See what it looks like in here. Not too shabby. Valve cover gasket is pretty stiff. Alright, I kind of see something that's not so good. Can I see? That's bad. You're not supposed to be able to do that, but why is it like that? Well, are we sure this ran? Was I lied to? So, there appears to be something missing here. Oh, where are you, Bolt? Let's go get my light to see if we can figure out where that went. First thing I noticed was that this cam gear was kind of kiltered. Is that a word? I kiltered it. And it's definitely loose. And then this chain is super slacky. I'm using very technical at the moment. You know what? Let's get some of these tubes out of here so that we can get a better look. That's more better. Well, we've got some news. That bolt is sheared off. Where are you? Wait a minute. There you are. Let's fish that out of there. Can I get you out of there? Well, it's got it. Ah, yeah. There's more to this. It's still in the camshaft. So how the heck does that happen? I will say when I cracked this valve cover up, it had felt like no one had been in there. I mean, it had that pop like it was sealed. The valve cover gasket isn't fresh or new. And I don't see any tool marks on this. So I don't suspect foul play. It's not you don't want to find that in there. Now outside of the obvious failure here, the rest of this doesn't really look too terrible. It's got some varnish, but again, it keeps perspective here. It says nearly 300,000 miles on it. It doesn't look bad. There's a little bit of transfer on that cam lobe, but I don't see any valve train issues. All the springs look present.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets. I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
It's your Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
You know, the breading is tortilla chip. Doesn't that feel very taco place? We're totally a taco place. That's a chicken place. That's also a taco place.
I think. Yeah, they're present. Let's go ahead and get the left hand up and loose. The alignment is much better on this side. Give me the bolt there. This side is very similar to the other side, with the exception of this does not appear to have failed in the same manner. Some varnish is present. It's not perfect, but I don't see any valve springs that are broken, which is one thing you always want to look for. I don't see any forbidden glitter. No sparkles. Looks pretty decent. Let's get this front crossover pipe removed. We'll go ahead and get this bolt out of the way. We're going to start removing some more stuff off the front of the timing cover. Get this fan, I think that's for the fan, bracket with bearing. Water pump pulley. Now thermostat housing. And now the water pump. Oh, we're leaking. We're weeing. It's still got Toyota coolant in it. That's nice. All right. Let's take a look at this. This is a, looks like a factory Toyota Asen water pump. Gasket looks excellent. You think this is original, guys? I don't know if I can show that. It's fine. Glitter bearing? Yeah, I think it's fine. I think this is an excellent condition water pump. About now, you'd expect the water pump to go flying through the shop and land in the scrap bin, because that's usually what happens on this channel. But this is a nearly 300,000 mile factory water pump. I don't see any signs that it's been replaced, and it's in perfect working order. There's no way, after the life this thing's already lived, that I'm going to torture it. Now, serpentine belt tensioner. Alright, now the crank pulley bolts. Oh, it's going to be like that. If this doesn't do it, it should have. Oh, no! I have to pry this thing off. This is really inefficient with just one. I'm actually going to get the bolts, threaded a few clicks in. So when it does come off, it doesn't go flying in the pan. Not really good place to fire over here. Oh yes, there is. Way better with two. tonight where we are going to take the oil filter out. Let's drain a little bit. Wow! It's drained. It's more drained than anything else that comes in here. Let's see if we can get it off this. Cannot. Doesn't go small enough. Maybe it does. No, that tool does not work for this. This tool might go. Yeah. Oh, there's some oil in here. Doesn't look bad. We'll let this filter drain. We'll analyze this at the end of the video. Next, we'll get the oil cooler removed. Really, oil filter house and oil cooler. Oh, there's a bracket on the side. Well, that looks easy. Let's get the secondary air injection valves off so these tubes can stay out of my way. Oh, I need a 10. Now it's time to start tickling the time bolts out. I know there's more hiding in the muck here. I think that's all the 12mm headed bolts. We need to graduate to the 14. Is that it for those? Nope. We're going to 12. Alright, now let's see if we can pry this thing off. I'm relatively sure, with a doubt, not without a doubt, that all the bolts are out of it. So at this point, we just got to get it off. Don't ever pry off cam gears. Only do that on bad engines. I know this comes off. I don't know what it does though. I think it's actually up here. Wow. There's a little pipe that's overing. Yeah. And timing covers off. Let's see. Uh-oh. Everything looks good. Except for the fact that bolt is snapped off the camshaft. Let's take a look at the timing system. So overall, it's not awful. It's a little dingy in here. Quite a bit of varnish in certain places, but this side looks relatively perfect. I don't see any sparkles or forbidden glitter. But what I do see, you saw earlier, is that broken off cam gear bolt. Which is crazy. I don't know how that happens. Probably not just on its own, but we may find other damage inside this thing. Next, get the tensioners unbolted. Really? So the rails are in really good shape, and they're original. These are original. There's no signs that anyone has ever had that timing cover off. There's a groove on them, but this is one of the reasons that Toyota engines are pretty good. good because and I say that generally because of course they made some duds, but I rarely see failed timing guides on the Toyota end. They're usually really nice. Come on. What happens first? Not really a lot of slack here. Don't quite remember what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and get the can here. Let's go on this side. This one. I don't know. I think we're going to have blue here. Pop this off. That. Now on the damage side. That one wants to come off easy. I feel like there's some bad stuff going on with this thing.
Cause it's the little things that mean an awful lot.
Don't hope. Don't dream. No. Plan. See the steps it takes to get it done right, and follow them. At Avis, we
I feel like there's some bad stuff going on with this. We're going to see some damage here in a second. Don't mind the noise, guys. It's just super windy outside. Everything just turns off. It's because we lost power. But I'll keep going. Yeah, this is quite unhappy. This arrangement is angry. Okay. Well, just lost something here. Oh, there's damage in here. Oh yeah, look at that.
That's amazing that that shit is coming out.
What gives? Here's what a non-damaged exhaust cam looks like. See the pin? There is the damaged intake cam. That is destroyed and the pin is gone. We actually fished that bolt out. Here's the inside of the cam gear. It is pretty torn up. You can see it's all wallowed out, getting loose. I guess I just sheared that pin and ate it. I have no idea where that went. There's one that is not destroyed. Big difference. And here's the broken bolt. There's a good one, and then there's the broken one. It's hard to tell how that broke. What do you guys think? On to the left-hand bank. It is time to cram the cam sluice. This has two different bolt sizes because the 12s go all the way through the cam tower to the cylinder head, whereas the 10mm headed bolts do not. So we're going to get the cam caps off, and then we're going to pull the cam tower, and then we'll get it down to the cylinder head.
We're in Hyrum, Utah.
Hyrum, Utah?
Yep. Beautiful over here.
This one's rather tight. Will you let go?
Man, something about looking at the mountains in the background just makes me feel good.
So the head looks pretty good. The journals.
And all the green lush.
There's no signs
Are
of
the mountains around
There
us?
is.
Yep.
There's some wear here, some metal transfer on some of the followers.
Is it like they're protecting us?
It feels like that, right?
But overall, for the miles, this looks really good.
What's this?
See any signs of debris ran through the journals, at least not on the cam tower.
It's pretty.
It is,
The
right?
cam caps paint a very similar picture.
I want to live
It
here.
looks really nice. That one's got a little bit of
Dad's gonna
wear.
get a house somewhere in a
Really
place
not
like
terrible.
this. Somewhere that's
For the
really
miles,
beautiful.
these look great.
where we can have some land and a little real.
The intake cam looks pretty much perfect. I don't see any
Wake up and
signs
walk, look outside with
of
your
wear,
cuff
or
legs.
it doesn't even show its miles. It really doesn't. Looks good.
This is nice.
The exhaust cam is the same way. There's a little bit more wear on this. You can see right there on the journal.
Right
Right
there.
there.
Horses, four-wheelers.
I still wouldn't hesitate polishing them up and bring them in another engine. I have no idea if they're valuable though.
Trucks, don't forget the trucks.
Alright, now we're going to pack the bolt sleeves and
ate
the
a watermelon
cylinder
seed?
head.
A what?
A watermelon seed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
A
10.
lot of people have.
I did not
Yeah,
expect
it's
that.
alright. You need seats. You don't think I to you.
Some people think watermelon seeds grow inside you.
Oh.
Now we're just going to tap it off.
Well, they can grow inside your ear.
They can grow anywhere where they're long enough to sprout and have water and
Before we get to the main head
whatever
bolts,
it needs
got
to
a
grow,
couple
right?
back here we got to zip out.
I was told by a botanist, if you have a seed and you just put it on the ground and it has the proper light and water, it'll grow right there on the ground. Like, it doesn't need anything.
Soil?
Doesn't need no soil.
Yeah,
Just
a lot
need
of
the
seeds
proper
don't need
light
no
and
soil.
the water and it'll grow.
A lot of seeds don't need no soil. Like the one in my classroom.
Because you think about, like, when the seeds fall on the ground, they're not usually pushed into the ground. They just fall right on top of the ground and they start growing.
Alright, should we zip out?
They grow down into the soil. It's always a good thing to have some soil.
Thanks, compressor. Perfect timing.
These trees grow.
Yeah, they just grow.
Alright, see if
Nothing's going to stop them.
off.
If they're ready to grow, they're growing.
A little bit of coolant. I missed the pan, but it's okay. Got some big mat here. Let's pull the head gasket off. That all looks pretty decent. It's good. Well, there's gaggles and debris in the board, so we're going to blow them out. Much
Yeah,
better.
look at that donkey.
See what these look like.
Oh, that's a horse.
That's a
Nearly
horse?
300,000 miles.
That looks like a donkey.
Now, the horses are
Pretty good.
taller and slender. The donkeys look a little more short and stocky.
Pistons all look good. I don't see any damage there.
I see the mountain.
And they come in all different colors.
Sturdy.
That are
Little
big.
It's really not bad. Cylinder head looks excellent as well.
So we're going to
Plus
JBS
chambers
meat
about the
processing
same.
plant.
Ah.
Don't see any signs of problems here.
We're picking up a whole bunch of freshly
Also, it
butchered.
doesn't look like they've
maybe
everything on. I don't think anyone's
pork or
ever had
beef.
the time to cover up this engine before I did. All right, now we're gonna do something we
It's
didn't
a
do
lot
on
of
the other
ham
side because
cheeks.
I didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna turn the camshaft. There's the exhaust. See how
Oh,
nice that
chaps.
moves. If this intake cam is locked up, that could totally explain why that was
So-
ripped.
When are we gonna have the ramen?
Oh, we gotta go get some ramen. We don't got no ramen in the truck.
It's not.
So we'll probably have to
There's a
stop at a
little bit of
Walmart and go find
Oh,
some
that's
ramen.
You
But
forgot
that's
about
just
the
valve
ramen?
spring.
Yeah, I thought about it when we was leaving, but your stomach was hurting,
Everything
so I
looks
didn't,
okay. I'm watching the
I
valve
didn't
spring
want to go
move.
back in. I just want to
Well,
make sure you
that
got your
didn't do
food
it.
in here.
All right, now it's time to cram the other side cam clamps on.
I'm not eating another burger.
Huh?
I'm not eating another burger though. I think that burger made me sick.
Well, we gotta make our own burgers.
Yeah. Making our own burgers is healthy.
Yeah, no more outside burgers. We make our own.
Make our own burgers fresh on the shore.
Yep.
We're not having any Whoppers or anything. 'Cause-
I mean, Whoppers aren't bad.
yeah, but sometimes
Take a
I'm
look
tired of that.
at the
Oh yeah,
showers
if you're
journals.
tired of, you're tired of.
They're beautiful.
But it's always better when we make. Wow, look at that.
Look at the screw right here, though. think that's a technical term. We haven't seen that for a while.
Is Mount Everest bigger?
The rest of this looks
So
outstanding.
Mount Everest would probably be like
Excellent
7 of those.
condition. No signs of anything that would have caused.
You know how tall that is?
How?
So Mount Everest is so big it goes above the clouds.
Cam turned nice and
Oh, yeah, I know that.
see any issues here. Cam
But it's hard to-
that sentiment. Good.
Yeah.
Mileage by looking at these parts at all.
Look at that hay.
Lots of hay.
And the camshafts.
Doesn't
there's
hay make
the,
bread?
Exhaust
No,
cam.
hay doesn't make bread.
It looks pretty nice.
Hay's for horses and livestock.
And what does hay make?
Journals are nice.
Nothing.
I think these look
Feeds
better than the
animals.
other side. Well, that is
Wait, how do you make
discounting
bread
the
then?
intake cam.
Usually
This
with wheat.
is ruined.
And they pulverize the
That
wheat
is
into
absolutely
flour.
going in the scrap bin unless somebody wants to make a
I
weird
thought the hay was.
stubby lamp.
I thought it was hay.
No, it's not hay. Because if it was hay, you
never
just
know.
got to go just bite the hay.
The rest of this looks really nice. Something in the
You
head
can
that
eat
caused
hay.
this camshaft to
I don't think
seize.
it'd be pretty tasty.
Like a journal
You
that
can
runs dry, free. We would absolutely
Would he
have
die?
seen
No, you won't die.
journals on the camshaft or the cam
Would it
cast
die?
cam tower.
Probably.
Now we're going to cam, get cam.
What is hay made out of?
Hay, straw,
Straw?
pretty much tall grass.
Yeah, we'll taste it bad.
Put a little ranch dressing on that thing.
I had taste grass before in my life.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Don't ever, don't do that. Don't eat grass.
That was only when I was 5.
You don't
Yeah,
want no
pretty.
more grass, right? You don't want grass?
That is a pretty big mountain.
All right, we're at the processing plant. Now, they said my trailer's ready, so let's give them the numbers.
Now
We're gonna drop this
zip the
trailer,
holes
pick up our trailer, be in and out of here, probably like 20 minutes to a half an hour, and then head to Pennsylvania. Nice and easy.
Now look at the bikes.
Nice. Bless you.
Who spray painted that?
Ritz fresh stacks are
I like the face.
where you go.
We'll never know
They
who's
go
working
too.
in that.
Suko, get 'em.
Probably somebody that was doing bad
Zip the
things.
holes out.
They're out here being mischievous. Mischievous.
Dad, people said banned spray paint.
No. Because
My God.
you make cool stuff with spray paint.
Some people like those cool.
Exactly.
Like some cops, they do. Probably some cops. Is that an electric fence?
I don't think it's electric.
Or would it sting you?
Nah. Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
Hello.
All right.
Dad.
What? Oh, you want me to come open that up?
Do you have a washout ticket for this trailer by any chance?
I don't, but it's pristine.
Okay.
I don't have it with me.
Have a pickup number for me.
Yes, I do. Pickup number 6844681.
Okey-dokey.
Come crack this for you.
I need that.
Sorry for the wait, guys. I just dropping off the load. I'm in doing the load. Pictures. Drop-off trailers here. My dad's plans is gonna be over here later, I think. Then we're gonna go back to Pennsylvania and take a 2-day break. Alright guys, I don't know what happening. Honestly, I don't know what happening, but I think Dad's dad's fixing the truck. I think something happened. Right now I'm just sitting down, eating some Reese's.
Well, we're gonna drop this trailer. We'll go pick up the new trailer. Load it with the product that we need to move over.
What's the product?
That's what I'll find out. Trailer number 476.
Hey, they have a Falcon trailer. I want to be the only one that has a Falcon trailer. Is that a Falcon truck?
No. But they're moving stuff for Falcon, which is what we're going to keep doing after we get our authority.
Is the Western Bar actually supposed to be for the Falcon?
No, this is just the people that are leasing and purchasing off of.
Oh. Okay, I remember.
Alright, let's go find our trailer.
Yeah.
We're looking for trailer number 476. It's going to be in the bottom left-hand corner on the sides of the trailer.
Okay.
No, 53 is the length of the trailer, 53 feet. We're looking for another number. 476.
476?
Yep. And it's probably going to be a Falcon trailer too, so that'll help.
I like Falcon trailers.
That's what we move, baby.
Yeah, guess what? I don't like any other trailer except the Falcon trailers. That's my favorite trailer.
Like our trailers.
Yeah. Are some trailers very big?
Huh?
Are some trailers very big?
Well, they got 53-foot trailers, they have 48-foot trailers, they got 20-foot trailers.
Is 53 the highest number?
445. $476.
No. No.
There's 476.
Right there.
No, that's 464.
464. Where is that it?
What's it say? 476 right there. Sorry. That's what we
Wait,
made
do we
it.
not have any? Oh, we do not have any. Oh my God, you're getting connect. It's going to connect. It just connected.
Man, they let that thing down low.
Why is it so shaky?
Because somebody put it down too low. It almost touched our tires. I had to jump underneath it.
Guys, I'm going down it. I'm not going down there. I'm taking out my seatbelt and seeing what's happening. It's pretty cool. Okay? Don't mock me, okay? What is that doing? Dad, what are you doing? Dad, what are you doing? Dad,
Put the cap back on those.
okay. I have one more. I'm taking the cap off. There we go. Smack it. Now we good? No, we not good. Okay, okay, okay. Oh my God! It's hard. I'm eating these. Yeah. Actually, my doubles are sitting waiting to get unloaded. N.C.Mat. I'm beloved was hidden by Mr. Cash. Yo, what's up? What do you? What? What do these people say? I don't know what they do. I see my dad. I saw my dad. What's up? Dad.
What's up?
Somebody said, what's up?
Oh, that's Mr. Chesterfield. Mr. Chesterfield's our moderator. He's 11.
He's 11?
Yep, he's 11. He kicks people off that be acting crazy. Alright, let's go scale out. Got a trailer. All the lights work. Go pick it up.
Is it an 11-year-old?
Yep. He likes trucks too. He got a channel where he takes videos of trucks. He puts up shorts. And some other stuff.
Kind of like me. I do funny videos.
Yo, Mr. Chesterfield, how you doing, man? How's vacation? How was your trip? You already told me how your trip was.
I like Mr. Chesterfield.
Yeah, Mr. Chesterfield's cool.
Yeah.
He's in school, he do his homework.
That's a mad dirty car.
Yeah, it's a security car, so it stays in this dirty lot all the time, so, you know. It just be like that.
Now we're walking around with the trailer. Fine. We walking. Are we going on that?
Yeah, we gotta go on the scale.
I mean, you told me that later on. You said we're probably gonna have to go on the scale later on. And we
First, I'm
told-
gonna set the. I gotta set the weight real quick, and then I gotta go inside and see.
Yep, guys, we're going on that. Same thing you're seeing that I'm seeing. I'm seeing more than you because I can look on the sides because I am human. And Chesterfield truck spotter. I guess truck spotter. I don't know. I guess truck spotter is bad. Dad, truck spotter is bad.
Huh?
Truck spotter is bad.
Truck spotter?
Yeah.
What are you saying there?
Chesterfield truck spotter.
Yeah, he's the one who just told you what's up. That's who we were just talking
Oh.
to. Nothing's changed.
Oh.
Oh, he got a tire. His tire came off in the back.
It's right there. It's the little circle. Now it's getting open. It's getting open. I said it's getting open. I said it's getting open. Oh my God! What was that?
Truck going back.
We just wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, 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 wiggle, 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 jiggle, jiggle. Is he watching the video?
Yeah, he's probably still on right now. We're a little heavy. Let's see. All right, let me go do the pickles.
Can I come?
You don't got no shoes on. Stay right here.
Where is that? Where's that going? I thought Dad didn't have shoes on. My dad didn't have shoes on. Who you are? I know who you are, and I'm playing a game. Ugh. Okay, I'm making a video instead. Oh yeah. Okay, I can see myself. Why is he so little? I thought he didn't have a shoe. Wait, what happened to him? I don't remember. I don't remember Low Squiddy thingy. I don't know. I don't remember Low Squiddy trying to kill him. Wait, can you still stand? He can still stand, guys. He can still stand. I can make my own videos on my tablet too. My dad put it on his. Oh, he snapped his neck. Is he dead? He's dead. Let's spawn 3D now. Wait, I should go in the 3D world. Okay. Nope. But he's not surviving. What is Tile 7? I've never heard of Tile 7. I'm not gonna believe. I'm not gonna. Okay, nope, Miss Louie. Music, piano, 7 Rush song games. I'm not playing that. It sounds fake and it sounds fun. I'm not as that. There comes out that. I see that. That is my favorite person. I like that. That is cool. That. I'ma slam you on the ground. I'm finally going to third. What's the is he even no, he is. Whoa, he got chopped in half. Hold up. 3D melon. I'm going to no. Why are you all the way up there? Why was he up there? I'm gonna spawn fire melon. Yeah, bye. He instantly dead. Hold up. I didn't see his face. Ew. Hold up! But he got pinballs! I'm gonna kill him with the staff. That's X24. Okay. Bye-bye. I think he was already dead, but I'm not gonna say he wasn't. If I'm lying, please tell me. You don't know what I'm playing. I'm playing Melon Sandbox. That's what I'm doing. Oh. Can I so cool crap? It can. Okay. looks pretty. Oh no. Darkness apple. Is darkness apple this? Oh my god. Ready? Okay, thank God. Because I'm spawning random characters. Darkness apple? Yes, kill. Shark claws. I'm a sharpen my claws. Hold on. I'm going to sharpen my claws. I'm gonna sharpen my claws. Yeah, I got sharp hands in this thing. I'm bleeding. Somebody help. Oh. On the scale. Going on the scale. Going on the scale. Are they gonna lift us up? Okay. Going on the scale. The 1 to 10. How do you think the scale's going to be? That who do you think's in who do you think, do people watch this video because they like truck driving or no?
They have, a lot of people got their own reasons. They like the trucks, they like the road, they like the scenery. It's therapeutic. They like all that stuff.
Oh. Okay, out. I think, yeah, he dead. I'm going to kill that big guy over there. Not if I kill you first. Where did you go? I think I pressed clean corpses and he died. Okay, 3D Pumpkin versus Big, what's his name? Versus Big Neon Melon. And I'm actually gonna make him neon. Cause I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make him neon.
So what we did was we just went on the scale 1 axle at a time, so we could wait for all 3 axles. Well, all 5 axles.
All 5?
1, 2, and 2.
So you thought it was 3?
There is 3 sets. Well, 2 sets in 1 axle in the drive.
No, it's not bad. This is, oh. Okay. Okay. Now that you're all healed. Where? I want to do what I just why is you? Whoa. What's happening?
A little bit too much on the front. I can fix that.
I just gave it to you.
No, you're good. Thank you.
Would you like to just take it or you gonna go and get sealed up?
Now I'm gonna go get sealed up, and I think I'll need to move like one spot, and I'll be good.
Okay.
Thank you, miss.
Dad, close the door. It smells. Ew. Farted. Did you fart?
Oh, that's not good.
Dad,
No, we didn't fart.
then what did you do?
We're at a meat processing plant.
No, did you fart?
I said no. I didn't fart. We're at a meat processing plant. It always smells like fart here.
Oh, do a lot of people fart here?
Oh, I got too much on the front. I can't do anything about that.
So how did no not die? How is he
sir?
still standing up? That's what I'm
Excuse me. Excuse me, sir.
I'm going to kill you now. didn't deserve this. Oh no, he's dead. No, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's alive. I thought he dead. No, he's alive. He can't die. He's alive. He can't. No, he can't die. I can't die. No one was like, oh my God, it's all bruised up, but he's still alive. My buddy Melon was like, no. I'm gonna punch you now, Melon. Oh my God, Melon's still alive. Oh my God.
Look. The whole tire came off.
That whole tire?
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
And the rim bent. Oh, no. Oh.
I had to replace the tire?
She got to replace the rim.
Whoa. The rim?
Yeah, the rim cracked in half.
Whoa.
She must not have been straight when she was getting on the scale. She must have been a little bit off. That's all it takes. I did that before I was coming out of the port in New Jersey. So that port in New Jersey, where you got to go through and get the scales and get the tickets to leave, they're super narrow. They leave like 1.25 inches on each side for you to get the whole truck through.
We going to Pennsylvania now?
Yep, we're heading to Pennsylvania now. We're not going to get there today.
Oh no, I dropped my tablet.
Oh, you better get it. Get it.
It's so weird.
So take your seatbelt off and get it. You've been running around this truck with no seatbelt on the whole time. You might as well. You gonna leave it there all day?
Oh.
Good sneeze. Good sneeze.
Good sneeze. Good sneeze. Good sneeze.
Alright. Nice and easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Now let's get to Pennsylvania. Hey.
No. Then we're gonna take a 2-day break.
Yep. I mean, we don't have to take a break. We can run recap if we got recap. Because if not, we have to take a break. But since this stuff was ready to go, I had to come get it because there was only a half a tank of fuel in the trailer. If I'd have waited till tomorrow, I'd have been cutting it too close, and it might have ran out of fuel before we can. It might have ran out of fuel before we come and pick it up, and then I'd be in trouble.
Money?
Huh?
Lose money?
Well, they'd either have to put fuel in it and check it, or if I didn't come pick it up on time, I might be liable for the load. It might be my fault because they told me it was ready and didn't come get it.
When you still have your job?
Yeah, but I'd probably have a big fine or have to pay something. I have to pay an insurance deductible. To cover the cost of the load, and then my insurance will probably go up, which is not something that we want.
Yeah, because if you did that with me, I'll probably be stuck somewhere.
No, I ain't gonna be stuck anywhere.
I'll probably be waiting for a long time somewhere.
No, we'll be waiting. Well, we'll probably be waiting for a new load, or depending on the situation. It would be tough. We would have to probably wait. That's definitely probably something I'm not gonna. But that didn't happen because we came to load on time. Because we about our business, right? 10 toes down.
10 toes down.
you're gonna read. Ain't no point in driving around and watching videos all the time. You can read me a story. You don't have to read it right now, but we're gonna get through some of these books, okay? Starting with that one, since it was on top. And since I'm paying for all these books, you best believe you're gonna read them books. The books ain't cheap. And you know what happens when a person reads a lot of books? They get real smart. And we're gonna get you ready for 3rd grade. Hit that thing. And I gotta print up your packet for 3rd grade prep that Mr. Stenger gave us. Don't worry, you're gonna be ready. You're gonna go through 3rd grade like you a 5th grader.
Yeah.
Math smart.
Math smart.
Know all the math, reading.
Math, reading, do all the math.
Know all the history. All the studies of the socials.
All the study of
It's gonna be great, son. It's gonna be great. From Pennsylvania. Fast. Why you want things so fast? You need to slow down and enjoy life. Lalit. Slow down and enjoy life, Lalit. Everything does not need to be in a hurry. Take it slow. As we say in the trucking industry, pump your brakes. Yeah. All right, we out of here. Let's go. What's up, Mountain? We're gonna leave the mountain range and drive to the flatlands.
Is that mountain gonna lead us to?
Let's see. We're gonna drive 9 hours to just about 9 more hours. 8 hours and 45 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that for today. And we're gonna drop an hour. So we should be done by 10 o'clock tonight. Because right now it's 1, 9, 10, maybe even 11. We're done by 11. Because we gotta take a break. Take a half-hour break, chill out, eat something. Even though we just ate a lot of peanut butter pretzels and fruit.
Yeah.
With some coffee. Engine braking restricted, makes 3,000 feet. So that means I can't use my jake brake.
Unplugged is like a what is
Read
this?
the back. What's it say?
As the son of the world's most famous tech billionaire spotted jet Gavin has always gotten what he wanted. So when his father private jet dropped in the middle of the Arkansas wilderness at a place called Oasis. Yet can't believe it. He's forced to hand over
Sounds like a good book. This is the book you picked. Don't turn your face up now. That's page 1 right there. What's it say? Yep, what's it say?
It says, for endless draw, queen of wellness retreat.
Alright, that's who the book was written for.
1. Get breath. Matt says I could see the majestic beauty of the
Majestic.
majestic. I could see the majestic beauty of the American Southeast if I bothered to place out
Glance.
glance out the window. So I glance clouds. I report I've got all of the
Majestic.
majestic beauty I need right here.
That's like these mountains were in. This majestic beauty.
I've got a private plane cruising at 28,000 feet. I've got two flight attendants.
Let me see. How many feet? Let me see the number. 28,000.
28,000.
Okay. Give me an answer. Did you answer?
Yeah. I'm
Want to show you scenery?
How's your tummy feeling today? Oh, I'm not sick now. No, you're feeling better? Yeah, I'm coming to Pennsylvania. Really? Yeah, but I'm not going. No, I'm not gonna come home. I'm gonna stay with my dad for 2 days in Pennsylvania and then go back to work. So you're gonna come and check me out? Probably not. I'm probably gonna get my bike though.
Well, no, we're not going to be on that side of Pennsylvania.
We're not gonna be on that side of Pennsylvania. Oh, Cole wants to get connected with you. What? Cole, he wants to be able to talk to you through your
Give him the Gmail.
Okay, then what's his number?
Give him the Gmail.
What's the Gmail?
Tell your mom to give him the Gmail.
Give him the Gmail. Okay, I will. What is your Gmail?
You're calling it right now. It's on your phone.
You're calling it right now. Wow, you're calling it right now. I don't know. I can't say something I have.
Well, look it up.
Well, look it up.
Grief.
Hold on.
Your mom is helpless. Helpless. Oh my goodness.
Guess what, Hokaya? What? Yes. I got a job. Where? At a convenience store. What convenience store? On 5th Street. I'm married. We're not close to 5th Street, aren't we?
There ain't no convenience stores on 5th and Ferry. That's 5th and Northampton.
Huh?
That's Northampton Street, Velvet.
That's what I said?
You said...
No! You did not say that! You weren't even close to saying that.
You said 5th and Ferry.
You said 5th and Ferry. Okay.
That's cool.
There's no 5th and story in
Yeah, there's a store. George's is 5th and Northampton.
Yeah, he sold it to his cousin. So his cousin's running it now.
Oh, nice. George finally retired.
They needed somebody Hispanic, somebody bilingual, and they had a thing that they needed help. So I was like, let me see if they will hire me with me not having papers. And you got hired?
Amazing.
Yeah, I got hired. I'm gonna work a lot now, okay? Like a lot. You're gonna have to. Huh? You're gonna have to. I have to, yeah. The only day off really is gonna be on a Saturday. That Saturday. Is that Saturday going to be the day I'm gonna have some fun? Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's gonna be our day, Saturday. But then, yeah, I can. Mommy's gonna bring in the money now. Dad, I've been seeing Marvin Gaye. I've been seeing Marvin Gaye for the past few minutes.
What's that?
Over there, the sound right there. It's not gonna be that hard no more.
Maverick.
Maverick fight. It's not gonna really have to cook. You heard? Yeah. I'm not gonna be really cooking or anything like that.
So how he gonna eat?
Huh?
How he gonna eat?
No, I mean like I'm not working in a restaurant. I mean.
Oh, that's what you meant.
We that don't like that,
Yeah, you just chill out. Just chill out, stock the shelves, and cash people out. That's a good job.
Oh, my dad got a cool job. We're not having any normal jobs.
Your mom got a cool job now. She don't got to hurt her back or nothing.
Yeah. You don't have to hurt your back or nothing. That's what I was looking for. You gotta chill out all day. At a job, while getting money. I'm getting money, boy. You're not gonna share any?
Okay, this road we're about to go on.
For you.
This road we're about to go on is awesome. I mean, like super awesome.
Everything is for you anyway, Mukaya. Oh. The road we're about to go on is super awesome. That's it. This is a road?
No, this is the middle of town.
And I'm getting paid cash. What is that? Parade?
No, it looks like there's street vendors out today.
Where are you, baby? Where are we?
We are in Logan, Utah.
We're in Logan, Utah. You're in Utah? Yeah. No way. Ma, don't act so surprised. What? I'm with my dad. You're surprised that I'm going across the country, even though I went across the country almost 5 times already.
Yo, In-N-Out Burger!
In-N-Out Burger! You're covering the voice. Mom, we just saw In-N-Out. What? what the fuck is what? Mom, we just saw In-N-Out Burger.
No freaking way.
But we didn't go inside.
Oh my god. Are you gonna have one of those delicious burgers?
No, I said we didn't go inside it. I just said I saw In-N-Out Burger.
Those are so, oh my god, I crave those.
Really?
In-N-Out Burger is really good.
I wanna have one.
You had one before. Remember when we went to Vegas? You had a.
You went to Vegas?
You had an In-N-Out Burger, and it was delicious.
That was when I was. Wasn't that when I was going to my cousin Ezra's house?
Yep.
That was when I was going to my cousin Ezra's house.
That was last summer.
That was last summer. Now I want one now.
I know, right?
Someone's talking about.
Laughing.
Someone's talking about In-N-Out Burger. I want one.
In-N-Out Burger? Okay, are you excited for mom? I finally have a job.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What?
This is where we are.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dad, what's your favorite road?
This might be it. I want to go on this road on the motorcycle so bad.
Would you go really fast?
Not too fast, because it's really twisty. But it'd be a dope road. Watch, after we go through the college over here, Utah State University, on the other side of this is the scenery is just so nice. It's just a really, really nice road to be on.
Dad says there's a really.
Enjoying the road trip?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the road trip. Dad says there's a really nice road up there.
We're right here. We're from the United States. We're from Pennsylvania.
We're from the
What are you
United States.
wearing? Okay.
Wait, what am I wearing? I'm wearing the white shirt.
You gotta hold it up.
Are you wearing shorts?
No. Wait, yeah, I am.
Look at that view, okay? Look at that view.
Oh my god.
Look at that, okay.
That's a good view.
So we're gonna go down right through there. See where the mountains meet?
Dad, you see where the mountains meet?
Yeah.
We're gonna go down right between there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Right there. Between
And this is the university right here.
This is the university.
All these are new buildings.
University of what?
Utah.
We're in Utah.
Oh. Nice.
Going in between those two mountains. Yeah.
This is actually a really nice ride this way.
Alright, Mom. Bye-bye.
Are you YouTubing?
No, we're live.
No, but I mean, like, when you get the chance, are you just do your oh no, you.
We already are. Alright, bye, Mom.
Alright, love you, baby.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god. We're going in between the mountains.
Sure.
Yeah, you were right. You were right. Riding the motorcycle down here would be awesome.
Look. The canoeing, kayaking, people out here chilling. Yeah, this road would be so much fun with the bike.
We'd be going so fast.
We probably would be. Yo. Hitting the twisties, boy. These twisties. Nice.
Whoa! Look at that big mountain right there.
This is the best scenery.
I just wish I could climb these mountains, go skydiving here. Like, it would be so fun if we went skydiving here.
It would be. Cash National Forest. Babbling Brook.
Dad, is it fun skydiving?
It is. I love it. The only thing I don't like is when my ears pop on the way down. I only went once so far. But we do a lot of indoor skydiving.
I want to go skydiving like outside. Is outside skydiving fun?
Yep. We'll take you when you're a teenager.
Only when you're a teen you're allowed to go?
I don't know. I think